All right, I'm Kevin Cross with Foundations Realty.
I'm Adam Hefner with First Rate Financial. Welcome to the Real Estate Ninja Show.
All right, so here's what we got. Adam's got some magnificent news for us today that has to do with FHA financing. Adam, what's the magnificent
That's
news?
right, we got good news yesterday. The good news is that the FHA maximum loan limits are going up across the country. Now in Alaska, we have exceptionally even better good news because in Alaska, we're considered a high cost area, which means we get an even additional jump in those FHA loan limits.
That's right, we just got a shot of adrenaline for financing FHA in the arm. In fact, it is a little over 10% increase in your FHA loan limits.
Now this is a really big deal if you are maybe a first-time home buyer or maybe a move-up home buyer who wants to buy their first single-family home, get a nice backyard, a deck, hang out with your family. This is going to not give you a little bit of bump in buying power, but a pretty substantial jump. We can go all the way up to $403,000 on purchase price with a minimum down payment.
And here's the great thing is that it is increased across the board. So also for duplexes, triplexes, and fourplexes. So what we're going to talk about is why this is so important for you. Listen, as you go out and you're looking at properties, instinctively you understand that not everything within what you can afford is attractive. That there is a large percentage within that window of FHA affordability they've given you. Let's be honest, like 70% down is not anything that you want to own. It's either distressed, maybe it's a condo, it's less attractive, and so what you're looking at is the upper end of what your affordability index. But now that those increases have been made, your opportunities for finding phenomenal properties haven't just increased 10%, but may have doubled or tripled in what you can find.
Mm-hmm.
So Adam and I threw this little analogy, and let's kind of explain it to you, right? So let's see if you can read said board of awesome-tasticness. And what we've got here, as I move to the side, is here's zero, not being able to buy anything. And right around $250,000 and over is when you start finding single-family houses and nicer properties. And then here was the old FHA loan limit. And what was that loan limit, Adam?
Actually, it's $365. $365 was the old max purchase price.
Yeah, $388, $365. So
yep. And so now you can go all the way up to $403,000, which is a pretty substantial increase in your overall buying power.
So if this was the window of opportunities for properties before, and saying that I can only afford between $250 to $365, $388, this was really only properties that I could get with my FHA loan.
Mm-hmm.
But now that you can go up to $403,000, you haven't just increased a little bit those opportunities of properties that are available. You may have doubled it, if not tripled, the opportunities of real estate that are out there for you.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's what we're talking about. Listen, the FHA loan limit increase doesn't just affect your ability to buy a little bit more house, but actually creates a lot more opportunities for home buyers. And here's the next part. If you're a seller and you're considering selling your property, understand starting 2015, if you're in that upper end, you're in that luxury home market, you now have a whole new group of buyers who are now looking at your house.
This is a really big deal. It means if you're a seller and you had a home that was priced up into the high $300,000 range,
or over $400,
you were really targeting only conventional buyers, which means you have to have better credit, have to have a bigger down payment. And with this increase in FHA loan limits, you're going to have a much broader target audience. And as we know, the laws of economy are supply and demand. So if you have a bigger pool of qualified buyers, it means you can charge more for your home.
And here's where it goes even better. As you've seen, we're wrapping up. We're getting towards the end of December. I'm sure you've been out Christmas shopping, doing your holiday purchasing. Interest rates have plummeted right now. Adam just locked a guy at 3.25%. Mm-hmm. And if you've been to the gas pump lately, you realize that gas prices are dropping. And as those energy properties drop, as those energy costs drop, people are pulling their money out of stocks and energy stocks and putting them into bonds. And that's where we see those interest rates. So here's what we have. We're going into 2015 with two phenomenal opportunities for both buyers and sellers. One is still ridiculously low rates. Second is increased FHA loan limits, which can create a whole slew of buyers with a whole new range of opportunities. Mm-hmm. So if you want more information on this, you need to contact me, Kevin Cross, Foundations Realty, 865-6529.
And you can contact me directly at 222-5505.
We're your real estate ninjas. That's been your little Power 5 minutes. Hope you guys are making your day magnificent.